How often do we question our potential and limit ourselves due to a lack of self-belief? This is a query we must all ponder. Our belief in ourselves is the very foundation of our existence, the cornerstone of our identity. It's the invisible yet potent force that shapes our lives, drives our actions, and ultimately determines our destiny. Yet how many times have we let self-doubt creep in, questioning our abilities, undermining our potential, and hindering our progress? It's a common occurrence, but it doesn't have to be this way. You see, each one of us is a reservoir of untapped potential, brimming with possibilities. It's about time we look within ourselves, recognize our inherent worth, and harness the power of self-belief. Remember, self-belief isn't about being arrogant or overconfident. It's about acknowledging your capabilities, embracing your limitations, and having the courage to take control of your life. To transform into the best version of yourself, it is crucial to first believe that you can. Allow us to share the story of John, a man who transformed himself from a timid introvert into a confident alpha male. John was once a man who lived in the shadows of self-doubt and insecurity. His days were filled with fear of judgment, making him hesitant to express his thoughts and ideas openly. He was a man who would often retreat into his shell at the first sign of confrontation, choosing to avoid conflict rather than face it head-on. But as John navigated through life, he realized that he was stuck in a rut of his making. He understood that his insecurities were preventing him from reaching his full potential and living a fulfilling life. He decided it was time for a change. John started by acknowledging his fears, understanding that they were a part of him but did not define him. He then began to challenge these fears, pushing himself to step out of his comfort zone and confront situations that he would normally shy away from. He also started to work on his weaknesses, turning them into areas of growth. He practiced speaking up, even when his voice shook. He stood up for himself even when it felt uncomfortable, and slowly but surely, he saw changes. John's transformation didn't happen overnight. It was a journey marked by a series of small victories, each one building his confidence a little more. He began to see himself in a new light, not as a timid introvert, but as a man who had the courage to change. As he embraced this new version of himself, others began to see it too. John was no longer the man in the shadows. He was now an alpha male, a man who was not afraid to stand up, speak out, and lead. And through this transformation, John discovered a strength within him that he never knew existed. He found his voice, his confidence, and most importantly, he found himself. John's transformation serves as a beacon of hope and proof that change is indeed possible. You may wonder, how did John manage to transform himself so drastically? Well, it was a journey marked by several pivotal steps. First, John cultivated self-awareness. He took an honest look at himself, acknowledging his strengths and weaknesses. He realized that change begins with understanding oneself. Next, he embraced discipline. John understood that transformation requires consistency. He committed to a daily routine that pushed him out of his comfort zone, gradually molding him into the person he aspired to be. Then, there was determination. John faced setbacks, as we all do, but he didn't let them define him. He held fast to his determination, viewing each hurdle as a stepping stone towards his new self. And finally, the cornerstone of John's journey, self-belief. He dared to believe in his potential, even when others didn't. He trusted in his capacity to grow, to change, to become more than he was. John's transformation was not an overnight miracle, but a result of consistent effort and unwavering belief in his potential. An alpha male is not defined by his physical strength, but by his mental resilience and self-belief. Let's delve deeper into this concept. Embracing the alpha within isn't about exerting dominance over others. No, it's about mastering oneself. It's about acknowledging your strengths and weaknesses and harnessing them to your advantage. The alpha within you is not some mystical, unreachable entity. It is the embodiment of confidence, resilience, and determination that resides in every one of us. It's the voice that encourages us to rise when we stumble, the power that fuels our ambition, and the courage that emboldens us to face our fears. Becoming an alpha is a journey of transformation, a journey that requires self-belief above all. A journey that requires you to conquer not the world, but yourself. So remember, the road to becoming an alpha isn't paved with dominance, but with self-mastery. The journey to becoming an alpha male begins with a single step, the step towards believing in yourself.